Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard's Roost. I am Buzzard. This is on the kind of a follow-up on the food crisis video I done. I told you in the video that the sign said August 6th the items would be back in stock at Walmart in the vegetable aisle. Well, I went back on the 8th and they had a sign that said it'll be product will be available on the 9th. Well, I went back on the 12th. They still had the signs up for the 9th. Then I went back about a week ago. They'd taken down the signs, and instead of putting the products 2 cases deep, they had them spread out across the front, filling in the blank spots. So the product that they said that would be back in stock never came back in stock, and today is, I don't even know what today is. I want to say it's the 20. Spilt my coffee. Today is the 23rd, I believe, or 24th. It's Saturday. Anyway, Thursday, I went and done my monthly grocery shopping at Sam's, and wasn't planning on buying any rice this time because I bought my hoop bender for my hoop house, and I bought me another 15 hens and 2 roosters from Ideal Poultry. Anyway, I was going through the aisle, and they didn't have no long grain white rice. So I called a lady that worked there, that was coming down the aisle, and asked her if they had any white rice in the back. Like I said, I wasn't planning on buying any, so I was just curious if they had some. Anyway, she looked up on her little handheld computer thing and said, no, we don't have none back in the storage area. I asked her when was it scheduled to have some more in, and she looked at it again. Says, well, there's none showing up on our next shipment. And I said, what about after that? And she goes, I don't know after that. I said, okay, and thanked her. Kept going through, and I was looking for items that were normally there that wasn't there anymore. Well, I got around to the fresh produce and the 50-pound boxes of potatoes. Normally they got a couple of pallets of them underneath the shelf or rack or whatever you want to call it, that they put the other ones on top, and there wasn't no 50-pound potatoes. And I noticed the 5 and 10 and 20-pound bags of potatoes was about half of what they usually have. So I got a hold of another lady in the produce area, asked her if they had any more 50-pound boxes of potatoes, and she goes, no, we're out of them. I said, when are you getting some more in? And she said that she didn't know when they was getting some more in, that it wasn't on the next shipment. So unless it's just a bad shipment day, I think the food shortages you're gonna start seeing them. I'm still waiting for corn, feed corn and wheat and oats to start going up. They haven't went up yet. My son works up at the feed store, so I usually go up there and purchase from them. I always ask them if they've had any notice that their feed price is going to go up, and she says that she hasn't heard nothing on it. And I told her about the, how the breadbasket of America up north was, flooded, and they lost just about all of their planting or seed stock and extra feed and stuff like that whenever it got wet and the silos busted open. But she's keeping an eye on it. Matter of fact, she's planning on ordering extra just in case it does go up, because whenever after it goes up, that'll give her a little bit of padding to cover for the price of it going up on our first order after it goes up. Anyway, like I said, I got a feeling it's going to start showing up more and more. The United States ain't the only place that's had problems. Canada's had problems with flooding, late spring, wet late spring. China's had problems with flooding, and then the army worm or army beetle or whatever it was that wiped out a bunch of their crops. I don't know if this is true. I heard there was either in Southern California or Nevada or somewhere like that, they was having problems with locusts eating the crops. And it's not the ones that are up in the tree that make the noise. I found out a long time ago that those all got messed up somewhere, and they stuck messed up. Here in Oklahoma, what most people call katydids are actually are grasshoppers. What we call grasshoppers are called locusts, and what we call locusts are actually called katydids. Like I said, somewhere it got messed up and it stuck, but somewhere in the west or southwest, I've heard they've had problems with locusts, or what a lot of people call grasshoppers. I know the fear porn and all that. Don't look at it that way. Look at it this way. Look at it. If you can get it cheap now, buy a lot of it. Buy everything you can. Put what extra money you can put towards it. Make that minimum. I'm no financial expert, but if I had a credit card, this would be the time that I'd probably be making that minimum payment, just so I could have more money to buy food. And even if this becomes a nothing burger, which I highly doubt it, food prices are only going to go up. They are only going to go up higher and higher. So here's an example. I was going through some of my inventory on some of my old stuff, and I've got some rice that's 10 years old, and I probably should have done this with all of them, but I actually wrote the price down on there for what I paid for it. It was about 10 years old, and I paid $8 and something for a 50-pound bag of rice. It was $8.99 or something like that, and I don't remember where I got it, because I didn't have a Sam's card then. But anyway, it was dirt cheap. So look at it this way: spend the money now on shelf-stable food, long-term food, and then if you haven't eaten in 5 years or 10 years, there's a good possibility that price has doubled. And if it's doubled, you've gotten 50% return on your investment if you was to eat it then. So go out, buy what you can, get your food, get a lot of it. put it under the beds. I've got 2 beds right now that's got 5-gallon buckets of food under them. I think our queen size bed has, I don't know, 17 or 20 buckets under it. It's got quite a few. So, get your food. Worst case scenario, you'll pay less for it now than you'd have to if you have to buy it 5 or 10 years from now. This is Buzzard. See ya.